I first visited this service in 2015, so about four and a half years ago now. And that was following a period of ill health. I'd been living out in China. You know, there's quite a lot of strange things going on with my health. One day I just woke up completely drained, kind of swellings all over my body. I didn't know what the problem was. I just got on a plane back home. I was seen by a number of specialists, couldn't get to the bottom of what was wrong. I was still feeling dreadful, pretty much housebound, until finally I was seen by a psychiatrist. I think they basically wanted to screen me for any kind of underlying psychiatric problem, and when they realised there wasn't one, by default, I guess, I was given a CFSME diagnosis. And when I found out what it was, I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have to explain this to everyone now. I was worried that their reaction would be what mine was, and that it was just like, just pull yourself together. I just wanted to be told, this is what's wrong and this is what we can do for you. But when you receive a CFSME diagnosis, it feels like they've kind of run out of ideas, and you know, at the time I felt there wasn't much they could do for me. I wanted, you know, an operation or a drug. I didn't know about the CFSME service. I received a referral to them. I think I attended 10 weeks of group therapy sessions. Lots of different approaches that they kind of introduced to us that may or may not help us manage the condition, because obviously it's very kind of individual to the person. We had to kind of go off and try and experiment and find, you know, well, what's going to work for me. So it wasn't just a case of you do your 10 weeks rehabilitation and then you're better. It was more of a kind of extended workshopping, lots of different techniques that, you know, you could kind of experiment with and really kind of work into your daily routine. Until I'd really experienced it, I think I'd have been quite dismissive of it. And I think that's another reason why I was convinced that wasn't the right diagnosis for me, or, you know, no, there must be something else wrong, because I'd always dismissed it as like something that happens to people who, you know, they just need to pull themselves together. Since seeing the service, I've completed a master's degree, I'm doing a PhD now, both full-time, and I can manage that. Whereas before, you know, when all this happened, like, you know, I'd gone from living in China to back in Leeds, being looked after by my parents. So obviously, I'm managing a lot better now. So I would wholeheartedly recommend the service, primarily because I don't believe there's anywhere else that can offer you evidence-based kind of support. Had I not come to the service, seeing that, you know, it wasn't just something in my head and that, you know, people made up, for the first time actually being able to talk to people who completely understand what it's like. I think for me, just being able to support myself, you know, financially, and pursue my interests independently, not requiring anyone else to kind of support me through that is literally my one kind of hope continuing for the future.